whatever he gives to Ethiopia, there's an ammunition. When he may call him a water so Timbuktu, Ghana, Mali, Sumaturu, you know what they show.
Indeed, we have come from far, and yes, the year is 2019. Music still lives, legends are still alive, and everything is wonderful with the music of Ghanaian origin. MOGO is still alive. And today I'm going to be talking to one of the legends. It's a privilege, it's an honor to speak to this man. I have spoken to him quite a couple of times, and he's a very, very excellent gentleman. Ghanaian by every means, blood. And this is where you need to be. This is Unplugged right here on City TV. And representing you, MOGO Unplugged. It's happening on the 23rd of March 2019. The concert you don't want to miss out on. But this conversation, well, like you said, Unplugged is taking you back. It's making the conversation light. It's taking it easy with the legend right here in the studio with me, Amandzeba. And we're going to have a conversation right after this. So yes, this is MOGO Unplugged, and I'm speaking to the legend Amandzeba, Ghanaian Custom. This is where we are. And I'm going to be having a conversation with him. Of course, this is somebody who has been doing music or has been actively doing music for almost the whole generation since 1992. Almost the whole generation. That's 27 years. So for somebody like this...
1990.
1990. Oh, wait, that's the whole generation.
That's exactly.
That's the whole generation.
That's exactly.
Right. So this is a man who knows what he's about. I'm going to speak to Amandzeba and ask him a few things. We're unplugging. MOGO is coming up on the 23rd. So for somebody like you, who's lived through your music as a person, your experiences, I'll ask, what has it been like for you, for somebody who has seen a whole generation of music?
Well, first of all, let me just say hi to you, because you didn't say hi to me.
Hello, hello.
Yes. Well, I count myself very lucky, because I have, seen the true legends before my time, and it has taught me quite an enormous, sort of, it's giving me a bank of knowledge and how to approach the work that I do. Basically, I consider myself as a messenger, using the tool, music as a tool, to, just get the messages across. Because I think that we've had fun and we're still having fun. But the real issues that we need to talk about in our music is what is really missing. We're only creating excitement, you understand? I think that studies or knowledge is not acquired only from school. When you turn on your radio, today, especially today, when you turn on your radio, your TV, or you switch on your phone or your computer, you're getting entertained every corner. So it is not for nothing that the Western world decided to really make entertainment a commodity, because it doesn't hurt the environment in the first place. Yeah. The only pollution it causes will be sometimes maybe noise pollution. But then we have a choice. You can control the level. You understand?
In some cases, yes.
Yes. So that I wouldn't come to your club or your spot to sit, and then when I have a call, I'll get out of the place, leave my drink or leave my visitor, and go out there and listen to a call. I have to be able to pick my calls wherever I find myself. It's every second count. Yeah. So, let me just step out, and by the time you get out, something happens, and then, So I believe that the focus is really missing on what we should really be doing. We should be educating ourselves. Every step on the way, we have to learn something. And it's easier to learn when you're acquiring that from entertainment, and especially music, because then you know, you can understand how musicians or stars, yes, as we call them, will really gather thousands of people at a go.
Yeah.
Normally, ordinary people would not, you know, attract such, you know,
yes, crowds.
So it's very important that we take the work that we're doing seriously. I mean, we can have fun, but then let's focus on what is really, really, really affecting our development and our growth.
Yeah.
And where else can you find it if it is not through music or
art,
drama or art,
in general,
in general,
yeah.
you understand? It is actually an aspect of science, the sciences, because, you know, if you need to create something, then you have to be scientific about it. At least rudimentary music will tell you that. Do your calculations well so that you don't, count more beats than it's really required or expected.
Yeah.
You understand? So I learned all those things from the CK Mans, the Kakekus. My father had a huge library.
Right.
And music from the west to the east, north, south, and everywhere. So I was exposed to all kinds of music. But I kept wondering at a point, why is it that some people are so stubbornly glued or, entrenched in what they believe in? For instance, reggae music. High life music, I'm sure, started making the rounds even before or just at the same time that reggae music was making the rounds.
Yeah.
We've had the Max Romeos, the Jimmy Cliffs, the Bob Marleys, the Peter Toshes, all of them. They did not relent because they had a vision. Mm-hmm. They knew where reggae music was going to go. Because recently, UNESCO has actually adopted, they've really placed reggae music under protection, under UNESCO's protection. So
yes.
when, in fact, high life could even be one, it should have been earlier.
It should have been already, yeah.
Exactly. But you see, because we are blessed with so many things and most of the time we become so complacent, we shelve what we have that can send us over there. You know, tell me of any country that you know, as small as Ghana, that no country in the world can compete with when it comes to cultural activities and rhythm. Ghana is so amazing. When you compare Ghana to Senegal, Mali, Guinea, and stuff like that, they just have, their rhythms are so limited, they almost even sound the same anyway. You understand?
Yeah.
But for us, move from, even within the Greater Accra region, community to community, their rhythms differ. Those who are playing Malugo have different styles.
Yes.
Those who are playing Agbaja have different styles. Those who are doing Osode, Bobobo, name it. You understand? So I took a cue from these people and thought that, oh, listen, why would somebody be so passionately involved in a genre that is coming from a tiny country like Jamaica? And obviously, most of the slaves that, I'm sorry to mention that, but sure, obviously most of the slaves that were taken out of here, most of them came from Ghana.
Yes.
The Surinamese and all of them. So they took the little that
they had
before they left. So that's how come you can, the transition between reggae and high life music is amazing. I have done a couple of
mix.
Both. On one same track, high life transitioning into reggae.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. You understand? So I don't think that we have really, for almost living around and then being in the profession for over a generation, almost a generation.
Yeah, almost a generation.
Exactly.
Almost a generation.
It's nothing to joke about.
Yeah.
If you step out there and you're playing music, it must reflect the times that you have lived, things that have influenced you, so that at the end of the day, you leave a mark. All of us are supposed to be. You're sitting here presenting a program
yes.
so nice.
Yes.
I mean, you think people will forget you? No,
not at
because
all.
you're definitely doing the best that you can. And that's how I think we must all approach our various professions, but it's particularly with music, it has to be explosive. We are late. It's about time. The West did not set up missions, diplomatic missions, for nothing.
There's a reason for everything.
And every mission that you go to, there has to be a cultural desk. That is selling.
What the people are made of.
Thank you.
All right, so you're watching Unplugged right here on City TV. Obviously, the legend is very much on top of his game. A very smart man, intelligent man. And I'll let you know that, of course, before we walk out of the studio, I'm going to test his knowledge. He is, of course, of Ghan descent. And so I'm going to ask him a little bit of our heritage and what he knows. He has had an awakening. He knows that the arts play a very vital role in making us who we are. So you're watching Unplugged. We'll be back right after this.
You've been waiting for is here on Saturday, 23rd March 2019. As part of 97.3 CTFM's Heritage Month comes the Music of Ghanaian Origin concert, MOGO 2019. Time to experience the cocktail of the old and new, the legends and the crooners on one stage. MOGO 2019 featuring Amandzeba, KK Kabobo, Adani Best, Kwabna, Akwabwa, Kofi B, Sina Soul, and a Kwampa Band for one night and one night only. The Music of Ghanaian Origin, MOGO 2019. Serving you an overdose of nostalgia and happy feet. Venue, National Theatre. Date, Saturday, 23rd March 2019. Rate is 120 Ghana cedis. Tickets available at the front desk of City FM and City TV. Gates open at 7 p.m. Call 0205-973-973 or 0302-224959 for ticket reservation. The Music of Ghanaian Origin Concert, MOGO 2019, is sponsored by Freight Consult, your total logistics manager. Go is powered by 97.3 City FM and supported by City TV.
And you're welcome back. You're watching MOGO Unplugged, and I'm having a conversation with the legend Amandzeba, a son of the soil. And he obviously is very, very much well vexed in the land, where he knows his heritage and everything. We're going to speak about the music of Ghanaian origin before I bring you what the man knows in a form of a little trivia that we're going to play right here on the show. So, with the music of Ghanaian origin, you've obviously featured a number of times. What is it that draws you to such an event?
Well, I believe that gravity was not made for just the fact that people have to gravitate towards certain things. Obviously, if when you started MOGO, think about 3-4 episodes or 3, 4, 5 years passed, and everybody who saw me said, why do you have any problem with the MOGO people? I said, why would I have a problem with the MOGO people? He says, but don't you play music of Ghanaian origin?
Yeah.
I said, well, but that is for you to judge. It's not for me. Probably they might think that what I am doing is not too Ghanaian, so they're not interested in having me on. So suddenly, I think last 2 years or so, I was contacted by Nana Nkrumah, who said, the MOGO thing, you have to be on and blah, blah, blah. I said, hey, anything that will establish the fact that we own something. Let me just digress a little bit, because MOGO is so important. I don't think that the actual practitioners who really play or compose within the Ghanaian, let me say, the Ghanaian setup within the music fraternity. I don't think that most of them have been identified to even feature on MOGO, I stand to be corrected, but I don't know whether Ejako Onimo has been on MOGO.
Ejako Onimo has featured in our Heritage Month.
Heritage Month.
Yes, he's been. Yes.
And Nite Ashte, who just passed from Wulome.
Wulome have featured,
okay.
not the individual.
Okay. Oh, I see. With Na Manoa and all those people, the original,
Yes.
the singers?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So, yes, let me come back to all I'm saying is that, so when the opportunity was given to me, it was offered to me, I said, wow, I've always been dreaming to be part of this. And so if I have been, given the opportunity, I think I have to really, really make sure that I leave a very lasting impression. And I enjoy, in fact, what I do mostly is hinged on enjoyment, personal fulfillment. Because at the end of the day, if I remember that when I recorded Wobejeke, the album in
Eternal Classics.
1999, 2000, I released it. I brought it here in 2000. I recorded it in England and brought it here in 2000. But when I was in the studio, friends who really meant well, actually, they would come and do some listening. They said, oh, this thing is unusual. It's totally different. But you see, this is not what is going to push you. Everybody's doing dancehall. They're doing, even that time dancehall was not, they're doing hip-hop. I said, why don't you, Charlie, get into the groove? It was hip life at that time. Then I take their advice, and when they go, I take my own advice.
And look where it got you.
It's for 20, Webejek is 20 years.
Yeah.
You
and
understand?
It's still the classic that
2
we
decades.
very much love.
Exactly. So that at the end of the day, when I sit and I have the opportunity to play, because it's a national song almost. I didn't make it a national song. It's the people who made it. Because every occasion outside and within is what really drives the people to. You can really feel that the people are doing something that is of Ghanaian origin.
All right. So this is MOGO Unplugged, and I'm speaking to the legend Amandzeba in the studio, speaking a lot about philosophy, about our arts, about our history, about our heritage, about music, and we are going to go into a few questions that will test the man's knowledge. Of course, he is very knowledgeable, and this is no test of any level. It's just trivia. It's just fun right here on the show. My name is Osei Kwame, and Amandzeba is with me, so I'm going to ask him a few questions as a Ghanaian who's lived in Ghana, who loves his country, and a few trivia questions for you if you're ready. All right. So the Ghana people from history migrated from a certain place. Where is this place? What is the name of this place?
Well, let me skip Israel, but Ileife in Nigeria. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
excellent. That's the correct answer. The Gamashi community, as it's known today, comprises of 7 Akuche quarters. Can you name about 4 of these?
Otublo, is it part of it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether Akmaji.
I don't have it here. I'm sure it is.
Yes, Lantejanwi.
Mm-hmm.
It should be there.
Mm-hmm.
Have I mentioned Otublohum?
Yes, you mentioned that first.
Okay, and Mangona.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone beyond 4.
I think no. This is you have a last one to go.
It's the last one to go.
Yeah. Oh no, you have. If you count, you have.
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have. Okay. I have more questions for you. Yeah. The Ghana people celebrate Homo. What does Homo mean in English, if you translate it?
Well, it literally means that we are actually hooting at hunger. That is the literal meaning.
And that's what.
But it resembles a Thanksgiving of the Old Testament. So I thought that you were taking me back all the way to Israel.
No. Okay, so finally, before we wrap up, How many regions does Ghana have now?
Oh, yeah, we have 16. Oh,
That's about it.
do we?
Yes, we do. That's about it. So, yes, you're watching MOGO Unplugged, and a very knowledgeable, very passionate, very intelligent, very smart Amandzeba has been here. And of course, you know, MOGO comes your way on the 23rd. Of March 2019. It's going to be at the National Theatre. Tickets are going for 120 Ghana cedis. And I'm going to ask the man before we walk out of here.
Mind you, we have quite a number of people who have called from outside who are coming from MOGO.
Excellent. The more the merrier.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
The more the merrier.
Right.
So, but what can we expect?
If you want to have your wits intact, don't come there. Because
You will be dancing.
yes, of course. I mean, you know, once a year, we have to call ourselves as a nation and have fun together. I wish anybody would want to organize something like a national festival, like a High Life festival. You know, we have to make a claim of what we have, but we haven't. So far, all countries on the continent have festivals. We don't have any.
And so, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. But then, exactly. So I just pray that it turns out into something that the whole nation will be behind, and then we just blow it out there.
It's been wonderful having Amandzeba in the studio. MOGO Unplugged. My name is Jose Kwame. Of course, there are many artists performing: KK Kabobo, Kofi B, Kwabena, Sina Soul, Kwampa, Adani Best on the 23rd of March.
I'm featuring Kalala too on one of my songs.
So there's more for you.
Kalala is there.
There's more for you. Make sure you stay tuned to CTTV. Unplugged, MOGO will come your way again another time.
Think and sing aloud and shout, proud to be Ghanaian. No one, no man, no woman, no tribe, be alien. Da kumba na kumba fanti ashanti, we are one people. Katambe ewe, krobo na bono, we are one people. We are one nation, one creation, one country, unity, one love, one Ghana. We are one nation, one creation, one country, unity, one love, one Ghana. We are one nation, one creation, one country, unity, one love, one Ghana. Hey, what is it? The photo for Bomwafona, Bomwufu, Hanta, Bonja Frafra, Usasi, Mankusi, Mosifo, Adanse man, Achinde Krapim, Wasananze man, Yenga Yagana for. No one, no man, no woman, no tribe, be alien, and BPC, PP, and DCP, and C. Oh, we are one.